Hi everyone, and thanks for joining me today for another episode of Gold Wingnut Live. Each week I answer your questions about things happening in Sumter County and the villages. These weekly broadcasts and the construction update videos I produce are two of the ways I bring information to you about the construction happenings here in the villages. At Gold Wingnut Productions, I also provide a photo-video service for new homes under construction. If you're building a new home in the villages and you need someone to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates, then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package for your new home. I've nearly 20 years in the construction industry as a project manager, and in the last 6 years, Gold Wingnut Productions has provided this valuable service to over 300 homeowners. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work's being done right and when it's not. I'm not just taking pictures like some others do. I'm watching your home build with a trained eye to help ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange your package today. Now let's get started with the show.
Now, do it, 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 do it.
Hey, it's Adam from It's a Southern Thing. Did you know we had a YouTube channel? If you did, what you might not know is that we have content exclusive to YouTube. That's right, stuff you can find only on YouTube. Longer form series like The Real Church Ladies of Burndale, which is our hilarious parody of The Real Housewives, and Lollygabbin', a casual yet intimate chat show with the cast where we discuss topics like what does it mean to be Southern, and what makes a movie a Southern movie. We also have fun interactive content like live Q&As and games with the cast, and polls in the community tab, in addition to all the regular sketches, unscripted shows, and shorts that you're used to seeing. It's got everything. So go find It's a Southern Thing on YouTube and make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything. See you there.
You ever think about why joy comes so naturally to us?
Yeah, actually, humans always say we're the happiest creatures on Earth. What's the science behind that?
Well, it starts in our brains. Humans overthink everything. Yesterday, tomorrow, what ifs. We live almost completely in the present. No rumination, no mental loops. Right. Humans live in their heads, we live in the moment.
And our happiness chemicals fire fast. We get dopamine from the simplest stuff.
Yes. Seeing our human, going outside, sniffing something new, even hearing, good boy. Our brains are built to experience tiny bursts of joy all day.
Okay, that's actually adorable.
But the biggest reason? Social bonding.
Yeah.
We're pack animals.
Yeah.
Being close to our person gives us security, warmth, belonging. That connection keeps our emotional baseline steady.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And routine helps too. Meals, walks, cuddles, all the predictable stuff that makes life feel safe.
Exactly. And we don't bottle emotions up like humans.
Mm-hmm.
If we're happy, we wag, wiggle, zoom, cuddle, we let it out instantly.
That honesty keeps our hearts light.
We find joy in things humans don't even notice.
Yeah. A breeze, a scent, eye contact, a snack.
Yeah.
We're built to enjoy the little things.
Mm-hmm.
And our bond with humans amplifies everything.
Yeah.
Just being near them releases oxytocin.
So dogs aren't happy all the time, but when we feel safe and loved, it means we've found our happiness, our home base.
Mm-hmm.
Here are 12 things that you should know about going to the beach in the South. Number 1, don't feed the seagulls. Please, believe it or not, they are capable of getting their own food from the Gulf of Mexico, so they do not need your Pringles. Number 2, sure, bring your Bluetooth speaker, but do not crank that puppy up to max volume so you can listen to your Clover Valley Jimmy Buffett, aka Kenny Chesney. Okay, some of us might have our own music that we want to listen to, or this is gonna be a wild idea, we might actually want to listen to the waves, you know, because it's the beach. Number 3, you really got to go out of your way to find bad seafood on the Gulf Coast, but you can certainly end up paying too much for it. For example, any restaurant that sells their own t-shirts is gonna cost you a pretty penny. And any restaurant with its own gift shop that ain't called Cracker Barrel is probably gonna cost you a second mortgage. Your best bet is to look for a parking lot that has the most in-state tags or Louisiana license plates, because they always know where the good food is. Number 4, you can always ask a local where to eat, but if you want a truly honest answer, then you need to befriend them. And there is no faster way to make friends with a Gulf Coast resident than to ask them about a hurricane. Just name any name. We've had all the hurricane names now, so just, how about Hurricane Jeff? They'll go on for an hour about it. Number 5, going back to license plates. The further that state is away from the beach means the further you need to stay behind that car when you're driving on the strip, okay? Locals aren't gonna be looking around. They're just trying to get from point A to point B, but that Missouri license plate is gonna be stopping a lot just to look around and see what that building with all the bright lights is, and it's a surf style. It's always a surf style. Number 6, do not call it the ocean. It's the Gulf. It's 2 separate things. Number 7, if you really want to enjoy the Gulf Coast without a crowd, come in October. The snowbirds have not migrated down yet. The water in the Gulf is still warm. You'll never have to wait in line for a restaurant. It's not going to be 110 degrees out, so you won't melt playing putt-putt. It's great. Crap, I just ruined the secret. I meant July. Come in July. Number 8, avoid Walmart on a Saturday. Actually, that's a good rule for literally everywhere. Number 9, unless you plan on moving down here, do not put a Salt Life sticker on your car. And if you're still thinking about moving down here, open up Zillow. Take a look. There's a lot of zeros for a house that's gonna get knocked off the map by another Hurricane Jeff. Number 10, stick your aloe vera in the fridge for maximum effectiveness. Yeah, it will send your body into shock the first time you put it on, but it'll be worth it. Number 11, if you schedule a family beach picture in your matching white or teal outfits, first of all, very original idea, just know that, yeah, everyone is staring at you. You are the entertainment now, so just deal with it. I'm sorry, that's the price you pay for that beautiful Christmas card picture. And last but not least, number 12, stay off the freaking sand dunes. Please, what are y'all doing? Trotting through there. Oh, but my hat fell in there. Well, your hat now belongs to the turtles.
Oh, good after. Uh-oh, I got an echo. Oh, turn off that. There we go. Welcome, everyone. And this is Gold Wingnut Live. I'm your host, Don Wiley. We're going to talk about the things you want to talk about for things here in Sumter County and the Villages. So, the rendition of the national anthem by the Villages Choir, absolutely phenomenal. These young ladies that sang it, they did an incredible job. The sound that was captured by the microphone on my iPhone just cannot do it justice. It was absolutely phenomenal. Everybody was in awe over it. Whew. All right, so everything. All right. So let's see what else is on. Oh yeah, obviously the big news here in the Villages and in Sumter County was the visit by the President of the United States. We've all been around it for quite a few presidents, and honestly, it doesn't matter whether he's a Democrat, whether he's a Republican. The fact that the President of the United States comes to your town, comes to your city for a visit and to speak, it's an incredible happening. This is the first time in my life I've actually got to see in person the President of the United States. Obviously, I've watched tons of stuff on for all the different presidents over the years, but it was an honor to be able to go. I was fortunate. I was able to get VIP seats, so we were just off to the left of the stage. I was about 6 rows back. Had a great view, and enjoyed the speech that he made. And there were several others that gave speeches. Ashley Moody was there, our U.S. Senator. Who else? Byron Donalds also spoke. He's one of the state representatives, and he's currently a candidate for governor of the state of Florida. It'll be interesting to see how things work out. Oh my gosh. All right. So what else is going on? The crowd was just amazing. I mean, as Muskie has said, there was like 30,000, 35,000 tickets issued. The people were lined up everywhere. I will say this, folks. If you're coming to an event, a big event like this, where you know you're going to be standing out in the sun, if you have health issues, please, the Florida sun is brutal. Don't come. People were dropping like flies Friday. They started dropping, and every 2 or 3 minutes you heard somebody calling for a medic. I don't know if anybody suffered any injuries or whatever, but I know a lot of people were overcome with heat. So be careful. I mean, the Florida sun can be brutal. I mean, and we're not even in summer yet, but yesterday kind of felt like summer because we got some rain. Holy mackerel, we got a downpouring. It was awesome. The ponds are up a little bit. We just need that kind of rain every single day. Oh my gosh. All right. Let's take a look at your comments and see what we got here. Yes, Kyle Reed says it was a historical weekend in the Villages. Yeah, I did have a great time. Yeah, it was a great event. The Villages put it on. Sadly, they had to close the school, obviously for safety reasons, especially in light of last weekend. And there was a letter to the editor on a certain Villages information website complaining about them canceling the schools and how terrible it was and all this. And of course they said they didn't want to get political, but that was the first thing they did. But anyway, again, this is the President of the United States. Holy mackerel. This is the most powerful man in the world. yeah, it was an interesting event. Let's see. Yeah, I got VIP tickets because, well, you know, I'm a county commissioner, so that helped. But I had already secured my tickets before they were even offering a VIP ticket for anybody. Was an awesome patriotic event. Yep, it was definitely awesome. They had a couple of Ospreys, V-22 Ospreys come in. Bob Sodfather, he's got some great video footage. He sent me some. I've been scrambling all day, trying to get ready. Well, not all day. The gentleman who works for me, he had to go out of town on an emergency because of an illness with his grandfather. So I had to go out and shoot some pictures this morning of my various houses. And I got back about 12:30, and I hadn't even started on prepping for the broadcast. So needless to say, it's been a hectic afternoon, but I think I'm ready. Anyway, let's see. Let's see. Yeah, a couple Marine helicopters. All right. Yep. 35,000 people. We want every detail of what it was like inside. Well, fortunately, the air conditioning was working really good, but it was just a tremendous amount of energy for all the speakers. Dr. Phil was there. Was Doc Oz, I think his name is. He was there. A lot of people. You know, we had our state representatives, we had our state senators, we had other members of the cabinet. The Secretary of the Treasury was there, so it was pretty phenomenal. All right, let's see. What are we? All right. So Tony asks, when will your next construction update? Okay, so here's what's happened. I started editing after the last broadcast, and I'm looking at it and going, it was out of date. I had waited too long, so I have scrapped most of that. There's a couple of shots I saved, mainly of the antenna that's been built for the cellular tower. And Tuesday, which is my only free day, I am going out and I am going to shoot all new video footage, and then I'm going to be home quite a bit. Well, I'm going to be with my wife quite a bit because she's having a knee replacement on Thursday, so somebody's got to be with her. So I'm kind of clearing my plate and going to be doing some editing. So we'll see how quickly I can get it turned. Yeah, I mean, I have even canceled playing golf next Saturday. So it's a big deal. I mean, she's been in a lot of pain for a long time with her knee. They say it's bone on bone. So, and I can tell when she's walking around, it's painful. So hopefully this will help her out quite a bit. But, so yeah, I'm starting anew. I'm starting fresh again on 167. Just when I looked at it, it was you know, it's one thing if it's a week old, a week and a half old, but it had gotten too old. So I kind of I just trashed it. All right. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, I got that. Art, hey, good to see you again. Sodfather, I just lost it. You gotta understand, my screen, I can scroll up and down on the stuff coming in. So I'm just trying to catch up here. I said, what a week. This is the gentleman, Sodfather is the gentleman who had the house for sale that we showed. It was a couple of weeks ago. He has a great view. He shot some incredible video of the F-22's Osprey's landing and of Marine One helicopters landing. So it was cool. Let's see. Do wish we could have. So somewhere in the sun says, "Wish we could have been there." He beat us to the villages by a couple of days. All right. In person, Donald Trump is completely different from what you see on MSN. His warmth is genuine, caring for America, and a sense of humor. Yeah, I mean, I will say he does have a sense of humor. It was we got a lot of laughs listening to him, but he made a lot of good points. I mean, and the big announcement was, of course, the starting of the no tax on Social Security, which is going to affect just about everybody in the villages. I'm not getting Social Security yet. I'm still working, not very bright. But anyway, yeah, he was quite charismatic. Yeah, I think that's the word. That's all. Let's see. Brad wants to know, how is the loudspeakers in the auditorium? You would think, I mean, that was the size of 4 basketball courts. The sound system they had put up, it was a temporary sound system, but just absolutely phenomenal. Great sound. The president didn't like the volume of the microphones at the start, so he wanted them cranked up, and they did that. But the acoustics were really good. They covered the basketball courts with carpeting. So I don't know where they keep it, but that's a lot of carpeting. Any news on Eastport Supermarket? So Orange Mini Cooper, good question. In fact, I was having a discussion this morning at the dog park. One of the many things we talked about was that it appears that they've started construction. They've started excavating, I guess, in the area. So needless to say, Tuesday I'm going out. I'm going to shoot that. I'm going to reach out to some of my sources and see what I can find out on probably on Monday afternoon, because Monday morning I'm teaching. And we'll see. But I'm hearing it's a store already present here in the Villages area, but nothing definite yet. As soon as I find something, folks, I'm going to let you know. I'm not going to keep a secret like that. Percent even came. Best, yeah, okay. All right. So Jim says, "Hey Don, if you're buying a lot and building a house, can you enter into it to watch the progress of the build after workers vacate, or is that against the law?" Is it against the law? I don't know. I don't believe so. I don't believe it's against the law. They don't like people going into the houses for safety reasons, All right, let me take a sip of coffee. You would have to be a complete fool to think they didn't know people are going in there. Anytime you go, I mean, I was out this morning, and there were people walking in all the houses that I was taking pictures of. Why? They were all on their lifestyle previews. That is one of their biggest sales tools, is people walking in and seeing the houses being built. And it happens all the time. One of the times that the developer made some noises about me going in the houses, I said, okay, well, I don't mind not going in, but you got to stop everybody. And I rattled off a few people that were going in there that they said, well, they were contractors. And they said, well, those are our contractors. I said, no, they're not. I said, those are contractors that are doing measurements for things that you won't do or you charge too much to do in a house. And I said, you also got to stop the lifestyle preview people from going in there. And the lady at the other end of the phone says, well, I don't know about that. I said, oh, come on now. you know very well that they're going in there because they want to look and see how the houses are being built. And you know, I will say this, when you go into one of the houses here in the villages under construction, one of the things that caught my attention immediately when I came here was cleanliness. In the construction industry, cleaning up every day is the biggest pain for every contractor because you got to give up bodies and that. Here, it is the way they do business. Every contractor picks up after themselves, cleans up after themselves. You know, if they have like 3 days, for example, if the electricians are there, they're not going to clean up all their wire scraps the first day or second day. But by the time they're done, the place is spotless again. As spotless as a construction zone can get, okay? That way, the next contractor isn't dealing with their garbage and so on and so forth. So it really is a good process. But is it illegal? I can't say yes or no, but I do not believe it is. I don't know of any specific statute that says it is. But, you know, I could be wrong. You know, let's see. Boom, boom, boom. Joe wants to know, do you know anything about Tierra del Sol restaurant closing? I don't know anything more than you guys do. We discussed this playing golf on yesterday, and you know, one of the things is too about Tierra del Sol is it's really off the beaten path. If you don't know it's there, you will probably never go to it. Okay, I've been there a few times. It was pretty good, but unfortunately, the other thing I saw was it gets a lot of the same business that Hacienda Hills Country Club got, and what's her name? Katie Bell's also got. People were coming in for ice water and air conditioning, and that's real hard to make a profit, and it's real hard to keep employees employed who aren't making you know, good tips. But you know, I don't know if something else is going in there. We'll have to watch. With the last-minute closure of schools, it was amazing to see the Middleton community come together to organize volunteers to watch the kids who would normally be in school while the parents work. You know, Middleton is a very interesting and unique community. Honestly, it is more like the communities of the 50s and 60s that we all grew up in, where parents watch out for the other, for all the kids, you know, people talk to each other. It really is a phenomenal community. I mean, if you've got family that wants to live here, that, you know, with children and that, you're not going to find a better place, in my opinion. All right, let's see. Who is her doctor? I don't know who her doctor is. Okay, best wishes. Oh, my wife. Now I know who you're talking about. Her, my wife. I don't know. I'm the driver. I'm the chauffeur. I'm the guy that's, you know, the butler for the next 3 weeks. So I don't know. I don't know who her doctor is. Yeah, I hope it goes well too. Thanks everybody for I'll let Debbie know you send your wishes. I keep seeing on the internet rags that the villages have been sold because Mark Morris stepped down to a different role. Can you explain what the true story is? So what I know is that Mr. Morris folks, I got news for you. Mark Morris, I believe, is 60, you know, and he has been working in this community for the last 40 years. I mean, since his dad brought him down here and the rest of the family. You know, he's probably just wanting to enjoy life a little bit more. I will tell you, he is still actively involved. I base that on the conversations that I have about some of the stuff happening in the county. Mr. Morris is still very much involved. Ivy Chandler, Mr. Chandler is the one heading up most of the things. He does most of the negotiating now. But Mr. Morris still has final say. It's not been sold. What are they going to sell? You know, I mean, the Villages is a construction and real estate company. Okay, they build houses and they own commercial properties. That's the majority of what the Villages is. The community is owned by us, the residents. So, I mean, nobody can come in and buy the Villages. Honestly, I think based on what I have seen of the members of the family, they take great pride in their community and what they have created, and I don't think they're interested in selling. I mean, they've got such long-term plans. You can see that when you look at the amount of land that they own. All right. Sending positive. Okay, thank you, Victoria. I'll let Debbie know. Sorry to hear about Debbie. Praying for a complete speedy recovery. Make sure the anesthesiologist inserts a Yeah, okay. Sorry. Big words confuse me. Pain bulb. She won't have pain for 3 days. Okay, that's cool. No. Tan and I look through the new builds frequently. We still don't know which model we want to build. Which model to build is a tough one. Go look at at the Street of Dreams, the different floor plans. There are some floor plans I do not like. One of them, you walk in, and I was just in one of these today. This is Don, okay? This is my opinion only, because it's not what I like. I've lived for years now in an open floor plan. There's this one floor plan. It looks like, when you look at it from above, it looks like two houses stuck together with a passage in the middle. But you walk in and there's a very small foyer, and then there's this long hallway that you got to walk down. I do not like it. I don't remember what the floor plan is, but it would not be my first choice. One of the things that drove us to selecting a Hillsdale, or it's called a Dove in a designer home, was we liked the idea of 3 bathrooms. But we really liked the way they laid out 3 bathrooms, because 2 of the bedrooms have en suites, and the 3rd bedroom doesn't have an ensuite bathroom, but there's a hallway with the public bathroom, but they put a pocket door in, okay? So that if you have guests and they're sleeping in the spare bedroom, they close the pocket door for the hallway, and they have an ensuite. We really, really liked that floor plan. Our previous house was a courtyard villa. It was called an Arlington, and what we really liked about it, it was one of the few courtyard villas that had an indoor laundry room. Phenomenal. I mean, other than that, different tastes, different things. Just go in and take a look at some of the houses on the Street of Dreams. I was going to say, there's probably not a bad floor plan, but there are floor plans, I do not like. The one I described is one of them. There's another one, I don't even remember what it's called anymore. It has a real small eat-in, or a real small dining room at the front of the house. Anyway, I'd have to go look at the plans again. Anyway, let's see. Boom. All right. Where are we? Okay, we've got to get here. So he goes, well, hello from LaBelle North. Oh, welcome, Bill. Good to have you back. Tierra del Sol was nice views of the golf course. I think the studio closed. so that decreased people that would have dinner, then go play there, then go to a play there. You know, I never went to any shows at the studio, but every time I was there to play golf, there was a lot of people there. You know, again, unfortunately, many of them were having a glass of iced tea and camping out for an hour and a half. But a lot of people ate food there too. But the Morse family is still in charge and desire to continue. Yeah, I would say that is a correct statement. William says we had awesome seats for the Trump rally, about 15 rows back, right in front of the podium. Oh, you're lucky. That was cool. Let's see. All right. Park Roaming with Robbie says, I was lucky enough to meet Jennifer Parr at Lucky Goat. She was very engaging with me and interested in what I had to say. It seems like the family is definitely involved still. Yes, Jennifer is definitely involved still. She's in charge of sales. I've met her twice now, I think. Yeah, I think it's twice now. First time I met her was over at Izell when they were opening, and I did not realize how petite she was. I doubt she's 5 feet. I mean, but a very nice lady, and as you said, very engaging, yeah. Eb, a good husband would know who was doing his wife's surgery. I know many things, and I will... Dr. Vandalier, I think is what she just yelled at me. So let me tell you a little bit how my brain works, okay? After 20 years of operating a nuclear reactor on a submarine, your brain learns to sift out key things that you're going to use later on, okay? You know, valve numbers, locations of valves, operating set points, things like that. They go in, they stick. What's for dinner tonight? You tell me 3 times, and I'll read it 3 times on the plan of the day on a submarine, and I still wouldn't know until I walked in there what I was going to eat, because that's just the kind of stuff that just my brain filters out. I got so much coming in, and unfortunately I retain way too much. So yeah, I'm bad with names to start with. So there you go. Let's see. That's a St. Lawrence, my wife's favorite. Well, Craig, you know, I think you're right. I think it is a St. Lawrence. Yeah, it's you know, they're building a lot of them. This is the house with the long hallway in the front, but it's just not to my liking. Let's see. Welcome to Jeff and Lori, YouTube Gen Xers. They're arriving at the villages to start their next amazing phase of their lives. What a place to do it. Okay, well, that's good. All right. Boom, 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 boom. All right. So, Melissa says, hi, Don. Was wondering if the Glen Grove Hills sign was up yet at Bexley and Corbin. We were looking to build in Long Prairie, but that area looks interesting. We're hoping it's released in the fall. Fall sounds about right. No, it doesn't. Probably more like the winter. We'll see that one, because there's still Farmstead and Merrittfield and most of Long Prairie to go. So it's going to be a while for that one. But they have not put the sign up yet. At least I didn't see it when I was leaving the dog park. But you know, unfortunately I didn't look at the sign very long. I was too busy looking at traffic in the traffic circle. William says, I have long-term loss of my short-term memory. Okay. All right, what time is it? Wow. All right, so we've jumped on a lot. Let's see, what else is going on? I got a question for y'all, and let me know during the break that we're going to take here in just a minute. But I throw up these short video clips at the beginning, the middle, and the end of some of them are dogs, some of them are the southern things about the South. Lately, I've been doing some golf and a few other things. Which ones are your favorites? Okay, which ones do you enjoy the most? Just type it in the message, and we'll do an unofficial poll and see what everybody thinks. Oh yeah, and just a word of caution: if you're walking around on the walking paths, keep a close eye out. It's alligator mating season, okay, and many of the paths walk near or many of the paths are near the ponds. There are alligators in just about every pond here in the villages. Be very, very cautious. Keep your head on a swivel watching for them. All right. Park roaming with Robbie says, the new Chase Bank is coming along quickly. How will they get in there? By golf cart. Central Parkway is a very busy street. So good question, Park roaming Robbie. There is a tunnel over by the K-8 school, or not the K-8, the early learning center, the pre-K, whatever you want to call it. When we get back from the break, I'll have it pulled up and I'll show you what I'm talking about. And people say dogs in the South, dogs in the, yeah, okay. All right, so let's take a quick break and I'll be right back. Thanks for sticking with today's broadcast of Gold Wingnut Live. Pardon me for just a minute while I go grab a fresh cup of coffee and stretch my legs and back. While you're waiting, let me ask you a quick question. Are you building a new home in the villages and need someone with a trained eye to watch the construction for you and send you regular updates? Then contact me through my website, goldwingnut.com, and arrange for a photo-video package of your new home. I've nearly 20 years experience as a construction project manager, and I've been offering this valuable service to residents for over 6 years. I know the work the various trades are doing, and I know when the work is being done right and when it's not. Fortunately, serious issues are rare, but even the most minor issues are better caught during construction than during closing. I'm not just taking pictures of your home like others do. I'm watching your home being built with a trained eye to ensure everything is done right. So go to goldwingnut.com and arrange for your package today. Now let's get back to the broadcast.
Yesterday was the best day ever. I got 2 dinners.
How did you pull that off? Didn't your mom put you on a diet?
My mom fed me, then dropped me off at my grandma's while she went out with friends.
And she didn't warn Grandma?
She did. Told her I already had dinner.
So Grandma forgot?
Nope. As soon as my mom left, Grandma knelt down and whispered,
"Don't worry, this will be our little secret."
Of course. Then when my mom picked me up, Grandma handed her leftovers and said,
"He seems to prefer my cooking anyway."
Grandma always makes sure you're eating good.
Just because I'm friendly doesn't mean I lack control.
Sure.
Come on. I don't just flop over for attention. I choose when to be vulnerable. Goldie, when your mom came in to pick you up yesterday, you rolled onto your back because she looked at you gently. Mm-hmm. You looked like a cat. Yeah. No, I didn't. That was a calculated emotional response.
You exposed your stomach like a cat in a sunbeam.
Okay, but listen, that's not cat behavior.
I am not a cat.
You go limp, you show your belly, you make that weird, happy hum. Are you sure about that?
That's a contentment frequency. You see, the difference between me and a cat is that
I maintain dignity.
You're upside down.
Temporarily.
I like to stay ready.
That's not readiness. That's a factory defect.
My targets will never know the difference.
Looks like a cat to me.
All right, we're back. Let's do the other camera. There we go. That's better. All right, so I was dying laughing at the golden retriever laying on its back. My two are like that all the time, especially Sully. His head's looking one way, his hind legs are twisted out the other way, but he's just laying there on his back, tongue hanging out. He's a character. But I love him dearly. I do love my dogs. Anyway, so a lot of people like the dog videos. Yeah, I'm kind of partial to them too. And the South ones are my favorite. The golf ones, just, they hit too close to home sometimes. Just the way my golf game goes. All right. Muskie's got a video of a big gator that's walking on the walking path on Finney Way. Yeah. You know, if it crawls on its belly and has teeth, I really don't want to get anywhere near it. So snakes, gators, yeah, I'll pass. You know, I'm not even a big fan of iguanas because they just look evil. Anyway, the Shade Masters run electrical when installing shades. You know, I don't know. The reason I say that is because I had, when we bought the house, I had extra electrical work done. Galaxy Home Solutions came in. They wired a 20 amp outlet in the garage for my air compressor. They put a 220 outlet in the laundry room for the dryer. Debbie doesn't like a gas dryer, so we have an electric dryer. I had extra receptacles put in the attic for my magic stairs and my magic lift that I had put in. When I saw those, I'll tell you, the first time I saw them, I was just like, whoa. Anyway, but I also had some extra electrical put out on the lanai and in the soffit. So it's there. I don't know if they do. If not, give Galaxy Home Solutions a call. They'll put it in at a pretty good rate. All right. Let's see, what else? Shade Masters, dog videos, but the sad ones really make me cry. Yeah, I know. The sad dog videos really are tearjerkers to me too. I'm a big softie. Okay, so we were talking before the break about the new Chase Bank that's going in. Let me see if I can put this up. There it goes. And it looks like we still have sound. Yes, we still have sound. So, the new Chase Bank is going right here. And then Small Sliders is going in right here. The Circle K is going in right here. I believe there's a tire store going in right here. And here's the way that you get onto the other side of Central Parkway. You can see the cart path here, just to the left of the Early Child Care Center, or whatever the heck it is. But it passes under, and then it goes left and right. You know, this is the one that gets me. 1, 2, 3, 4 traffic circles right there by Middleton. 3 of them are golf cart traffic circles. They were a rarity, and now they've become much more common. Anyway, let's go back. All right, so that's how you would get over there. So lots of stuff happening over in Middleton. Lots of construction. The main trusses, the beams for the bridge, the second span over the turnpike at 470, were installed this past week. So now they're going to be working on the decking, which is going to take a while. They put down metal decking, and then they pour concrete, and then they, after the concrete comes asphalt, and it's a detailed, drawn out process. But they've got a handle on it. In fact, I know it's Laware Construction is building the bridge. Laware Construction is a bridge building company. That's what they specialize in. They're in Leesburg, and so they're a local company. And They do most of the multimodal tunnels. They did the Water Lily Bridge. They did the 2 bridges over 44 for the golf carts. Really, really incredible company. They do a lot with bridges. All right. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Does anyone know if rerouting a walk-in shower is pricey? It's going to cost you a couple $100 because it's a lot of work. If they're going to regrout it, that means they have to get out the old grout, and then that's the hard part, getting rid of the old grout. Because you've got to grind it out or mechanically remove it and then clean it up. But then grouting it, I mean, they'll have it grouted in an hour or two. But again, the hard part is getting the old grout out, and it's going to cost you a couple $100. Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know, Buzzard Bob. Buzzard Bob, really? Your friends must have really liked you as a kid. No, $300 per an outlet needed. That seems a little high. I know if you're going to get multiple done, it's probably going to be cheaper to go with a regular electrician, but sometimes the headaches just aren't worth it. If it's going to cost me $50 more to have one contractor do it, and I don't have to make the phone calls and that, I break out the best tool in my toolbox, my checkbook, and let them have it. All right. Let's see. M Florida 75 says, we went to Eastport and sat on Sunset Island. Why don't they have music through the speakers there? The island is hardly used in the evenings. Thought that was the purpose of Sunset Island. Things are still ramping up over at Eastport. I've talked to my friend Dave, who works over at Olympia, and he shared some stuff with me about they're still getting their legs underneath them and still getting things going. My understanding is they finally got the sound system fixed in Olympia. I'm a member of the AV club here in the Villages, and the guys that head that up, they went over and they helped get it all straightened out. But they said it was a real mess. But anyway, again, Eastport is still coming off the ground. I mean, if you look what's there right now, you've got Olympia, you've got Sunday's ice cream store in the hotel, you've got Yamas in the hotel, you've got Lucky Goat, which just opened up, and you've got Prime and Ember, and then there's the kiosks out there for one of them is basically a bar, and it sells beer and alcohol. Great crowd there too. I've been there a couple of nights and met a lot of nice people, but there's still it still hasn't hit its critical mass yet. So give it, just give it time. Just give it time. Let's see. All right. Shade Masters, mark when electric is needed, and you can hire an electrician. Okay. So Sodfather says, I witnessed multiple not street legal golf carts cross Central Parkway from Bar Boulevard to get to Eastport rather than going around the multimodal path. This won't end well one day. Even the street legal ones are not allowed to cross because that's a 45-mile-an-hour road. Okay? And you can't cross anything, they're not allowed on anything greater than 35 miles an hour. So I don't care if you're street legal or a golf cart, you're not supposed to cross that. I've let my opinion on that be known to the powers that be, and I got a funny feeling we're going to see some increased enforcement when things pick up over at Eastport. Right now, it's not happening that often, but you know, when we start getting good bands there every night, we're going to see a lot more of it, and I'm sure Wildwood PD will be increasing the city's coffers. All right, let's see. That outlet price was better than Galaxy charged me to add one at 500 through the attic and Lanai at, okay, oh, okay. Yeah. So, hey, you know, again, if they can do it cheaper, let them do it. All right. So, you know, the other day, or was it last week? Yeah, I think it was last week. We were talking about water a lot. And let me see if I can pull up the PowerPoint that I put together. There it is. Oh, all right. Let's shift over to the PowerPoint. So I got an email this past week. A gentleman came up with a really cool idea. You know, a whole house circulating system for instant on hot water is like $8 grand, and you really have to do it when you're building the house. It's a whole different hot water heater too. You'd have to replace the unit outside. One of the houses that I'm taking pictures of right now has one of those. And, you know, normally you got a goes into and a goes out for the hot water heater. This one has a goes into and a goes out, and 2 more pipes coming in, which are all part of the circulating system. The problem with the instant on hot water is when it's running, you're always using energy. And if you're using energy, you know, it just adds to the cost of your house. Many of them are programmed so that they go off and on. But this gentleman came up with a great idea. Let's see if we can get this to come up. And we're going to go, oh, yeah. I wanted to talk about this one real quick. John Messer, he sent this information to me. SeaWorld in Orlando and Busch Gardens in Tampa are offering 4 free admission tickets to veterans. So, you know, if you're a veteran and you want to go to SeaWorld or Busch Gardens, now is the time to look into it. All right, let's see. Maybe it's on the next slide. All right, so here it is. You can read it. If you need to read it, pause the screen, or come back to it later, read it, pause the screen, whatever. But for about $150, he was able to buy the valves, the pump, and the hose, the steel braided water lines, and an Amazon module, and he's got it programmed so he can what does he say? He says, "Okay, Google, turn on hot water," and basically what it does is this pump runs for 2 minutes. It sucks off the hot water line and pumps it back into the cold water line. Okay, not a big deal. Unless you got a backflow preventer that's preventing you from the water from exiting the house. And basically it runs for 2 minutes. Ooh, excuse me. Flushes the cold water out of the pipes. And he says, then you go to the shower and it's like 10 seconds or 15 seconds and you got instant hot water. The one thing I don't understand, because I've not seen it under the bathroom cabinets, but then again, I don't remember looking specifically for it, is that he shows an outlet there, and that's under a bathroom sink. And actually, that looks more like a kitchen sink, because it looks like there's 2, well, it could be a bathroom sink, whatever. So you got to have power. He says it's about $150 in all to do it. My real comment back to him was, there's a pretty long ROI on that $150 considering the price of water. But he did make one comment. He said, no wonder Wildwood was expanding the sewage plant. Well, that has nothing to do with the villages. Our water doesn't go to the Wildwood sewage facility. It goes, if you're living south of Monarch Grove, it all goes to the Gibson wastewater treatment plant, which is right there behind Fire Station 48. Yeah, and none of the village's waste goes over to the city of Wildwood. Anyway, so if you want to read this, there it is. You know, come back, pause it, what have you. Looks like, all right, hang on. Let me see if I can fix this. Trying to get it. Anyway, sorry about that. All right, so let's drop back before we go on. You guys have been hammering me here. Let's see. All right, so sadly you're right. Yeah, Muskie said, yeah. Sodfather's probably right. Somebody's going to get killed. So Halo 2 Survivor. Well, you know, it doesn't. Reality isn't always nice, but he's absolutely right. You know, somebody's going to get killed crossing that road. That's why the state law is what it is. It's certainly not allowed to. You're not allowed to cross on a county road. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Central Parkway is 35 miles an hour at Bar Boulevard. Okay. I thought it was 45, but if it's 35, then it would be allowed by a street legal golf cart only. Craig says, I saw renderings of the new Wildwood PD station at Marsh Bennett Central Parkway. Do you have any information on the timeline for that build? No, I do not. But you can contact the city of Wildwood. They have, you can do an information request, and they'll provide you with the information. They're good people there. Let's see. Dreamcatcher says, hi Don, in advance of presidential visit, did you get FCC notification about airspace closures, or do you look into it yourself for awareness as not so as not to violate anything with the drone? So it's not the FCC, it's the FAA is the one who issues TFRs, temporary flight restrictions, and NOTAMs, notice to airmen. And that came out Monday that there would be a TFR. And it's for drones, small unmanned aircraft system, it's a 30-mile radius from wherever he's going to be. So it was a big area because he also came in Ocala. So, but yes, I knew about it. I already knew about it, or knew that it would happen as soon as I heard that the president was coming. Wasn't a surprise to me. I had no desire to get any free jewelry from the Secret Service. You know, they hand out free jewelry for stuff like that, the Secret Service does. You know, little pretty silver bracelets with a connecting chain. I kind of want to live in a house and not in Coleman Prison. But no. Yeah, I do check frequently for any kind of TFRs. It's not hard to do. There's several apps that you can use. You can go to the FAA's website and you can see any kind of flight restrictions. But, you know, I check normally once a week looking for anything come up because they normally publish them in advance. But obviously, I'm smart enough to know when they're going to be put in place too. You know, if there's an air show or something like that, or a big event, there may be a TFR. So, you know, if the governor comes to town, there may be a TFR. So, temporary flight restriction. So, yeah, you know, I do check for those things. All right. Jerry says, hi, Don. Have you seen people put a summer kitchen in the pool decking area as my plan for the lanai space is to glass it in with a mini split? I have seen outdoor kitchens. I've seen them in the lanai and I've seen them outside the lanai. You can do it either way. You know, an outside kitchen is pretty awesome. my smoker gets here Tuesday. I can't wait. Looking forward to it. It was supposed to have been here. Yeah, when was it supposed to be here? It was supposed to have been here, I think, Thursday? Yeah, Thursday. But I had to be in Orlando, and Debbie had something. Oh, she had some doctor's appointments that came up in preparation for her surgery, so I had to move it back to Tuesday for the delivery. But in due time. But no. So yes, you should be able to do that without any problem. Let's see. To do additional electrical work to your home in the villages, do you have to have a permit? I don't believe so. Not for simple additions. You know, if you're replacing a breaker panel, that's different. Your best bet is going to be talk to the electrician. They know when they need to pull a permit and when they don't. All right. Let's see. FY 2023. VS FY 2023 says Wildwood is already all over traffic patrol around the southern end. Villagers seem to be a great funding source. You know what? Villages residents that are a funding source for the city of Wildwood are doing it voluntarily because the signs are posted. It's posted what the speed limits are. It posted what the law, you know, no golf carts crossing and things like that. They make the choice to not follow the rules. They will make the choice to help fund the city of Wildwood. All right. Sodfather says, new smoker. I will be over on Wednesday. I sold mine, getting ready for the move. Well, I'm not even going to fire it up for a while yet, just because I got so much going on, especially with you know, Debbie. Plus Wednesday I got to teach. So, all right. Let's see. Megan says the lot releases seem to be happening less and less. Do you think they will pick up again into the summer and releases will start to happen more often? Yeah, I mean, don't forget they're going to balance that with the releases of patio villas, courtyard villas, and verandas, because you know there's a certain flow that they want to maintain. They don't want to flood the market. They already have a tremendous number of lots available right now. So, yeah. Where was I with that? It was too much of my coffee. No. So they will be, yes, they will obviously be releasing more. And again, they go back and forth. They've released what, four times now down in the Long Prairie area. And houses are starting to be built on Long Prairie Drive. The Street of Dreams is coming along. All that's going to be in the next video, because what I had before was just foundations. There's houses everywhere now. All right. So Walt says, I can only imagine the Wildwood PD leadership pulling their hair out, going from 10 officers 10 years ago to probably needing 100 within the next 10 years. Yeah, Wildwood PD has grown quite a bit. I think it was probably more than 10 officers 10 years ago. Yeah, Wildwood is growing. Sumter County is growing. We're a thriving community. All right. Any idea? Any idea when the lifestyle homes in Wellpoint will be released for sale? You know, it's going to probably be a couple more months because they have to build new lifestyle homes before they shut down the old ones. My understanding is there's some areas that are, already designated. Again, I haven't heard anything definitive from a reliable source about the areas shown on the map. That's future guest area. I did have an interesting question this past week from a gentleman. I meant to capture it in the slides, but I forgot. But I did remember the question. Thank you for bringing it up. The question was concerning he's building a home right near one of those communities, and he's concerned about the renters. I had some. I'll pull up the slides here in just a second about the renters, because I had some comments and questions about renters this past week, because I'm not a big fan of short-term rentals. But anyway, so the question was, deed restrictions, his deed restrictions in the area he's going to be building in have a 30-day minimum lease. How does the Villages get away with that, not doing it, or not having, being able to rent short-term like that? Well, there's a clause in your deed restrictions, and it's very slickly worded in my opinion, that basically, it's Section 5, and it says basically they're not responsible or required to enforce deed restrictions, is the way it's basically being put. If you want to enforce deed restrictions, then you can take civil matters, but they're not required to. So I thought that was pretty slick the way they had that mentioned. I don't want to distract from the conversation here. But anyway, let's see. Let's see. All right. Wellpoint, we talked about that. Is that new cell tower up and running? No, it's not up and running yet. They just finished erecting it this week. And thank you, Victoria. I appreciate the donations. I'll get to your comment in just a minute. It's still going to be probably a couple more months before it's fully up and running. A good source of mine who works for the lifestyle homes said the next should be ready in October. So that's several months. Good information, Walt. Mushy says, today is my 5-year anniversary of my last day of being an employee. Oh, lucky you. I technically retired the last day of May 8 years ago. And yeah, that didn't last very long. All right, back to this. So I've been celebrating and enjoying my lanai all day long. It's a vacation every day. Okay. Victoria says, which village is closer to the turnpike, Merrittfield or Bradshaw Hill? Thanks for everything you do putting together these live shows. So Bradshaw Hill is going to be closer to the turnpike. My understanding from previous maps that were produced, Bradshaw Hill is on the north side of Central Parkway, over by the golf course. I'll get it out in a second. McNeil Drive. So where the traffic circle is right now at Central Parkway and McNeil Drive, it's supposed to be up in just north of that area over there. So that is definitely going to be closer. Merrittfield is right there down by Long Prairie, and it's still not impacted too much by the turnpike noise. Craig says he's got 9 working days left. Retirement is finally here. I've said it 100 times over. Work is highly overrated. It is highly overrated, folks. If you can retire, go for it. I mean, life is too short, so you never know. Let's see. Boom, 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 boom. Craig lives over in Brooksville. Okay, getting ready to sell the house. Okay. So here, let's go over to PowerPoint again. This is from Ellen. She says, great video as always. It really bothers me that we are down to watering once a week and there's going to be a watering surcharge on our bill, and yet all those ponds are filled with water and no homes yet. Maybe quit filling the ponds until the drought is over. Just a thought. Interesting thought, but so filling those ponds is all already calculated into the permitting process. Businesses are, the water usage by businesses is calculated into the water calculations. The biggest variable that they can control, the water management districts can control, that has the least amount of impact on everyday life, including commerce, is watering our lawns. It's a huge use of water. Now, let's talk about the ponds. The ponds are mainly filled with groundwater. Okay, so a lot of these ponds are taking in a lot of water after the rain, and as the water is percolating through the ground, it is slowly draining also, and all that adds to the ponds. The ponds are also supplied by the lower Floridian aquifer, which is not where we get our drinking water from. We get our drinking water from the upper. So there you go. Hope that answers. Well, anyway, let's see. We got some more things here. I love Brooksville. Been there. Okay. All right. Let's see. I had some more comments. Oh yeah. Here we go. This is what the comments I got on short-term renters. And doggone it. Why is that cutting off the end? All right. This is from Darkim 808. Short-term rentals are not detrimental to neighborhoods. You're judging short-term rentals merely on hearsay. I truly expected a factual answer, especially about care at the pools. So, it's not based on hearsay. My statement was based on personal, first-hand experience living in a courtyard villa community that had quite a few renters. They are a detriment. Same thing at the pools. We were talking about this morning. There's a group of us that meet at the dog park with our dogs, and we talk about all kinds of things. And I brought this up, and every single one of them, everybody there said, nope, yep, they're a pain. My initial response was, having lived in a courtyard villa community for 10 years and having to deal with the short-term rentals the entire time, the dealings with them have been overwhelmingly negative. No respect for the neighborhood, the neighbors, the property, the community rules, noisy parties, dumping trash in the streets. The negatives go on and on, so yes, I stand with what I've said, and I agree. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of avenues for addressing the whole short-term rental issue because the Florida legislature won't give us those tools locally. Why? Because they know it's a big tourist draw, and that's all they care about. Anyway, and of course, they got a response. Totally disagree. I've lived near and experienced many short-term rentals in our neighborhood, all respectful, clean, and friendly. Maybe the short-term rental near you is geared to accommodating the party crowd. Better speak to the owners first. Okay, this was in the village of Hillsborough, not exactly a party community. And if I was the only one that's ever said this, I might agree with you. But there's a whole lot of people that feel the same way about the short-term rentals. All right. Okay, let's go back. We got some comments coming in here. Sodfather says, how does not using reclaimed pond water to water lawns help keep the aquifer full? Two different sources? No. So reclaimed water is used for watering. So it would take a long, long time for that water to get down into the aquifer, just because it takes so much time for it to percolate through. So they're utilizing that instead of drawing water out of the aquifer, and that's what they're trying to minimize, is drawing water out of the aquifer. Oh, do I want to get in this? What time is it? No, I'm not going to get into the last slide. So anyway, we are already at 4:15. I want to thank everybody for joining me. I enjoy doing this. I enjoy your questions. It's always interesting. Occasionally you guys throw some zingers at me. Hopefully we'll make some good progress on 167 this week. Of course, Thursday my focus is going to be purely on Debbie and her surgery for this knee replacement. Not looking forward to it. I'm not a big one for pain. Okay, I'm pretty much a wimp when it comes to pain, and I've been fortunate. I've only had surgery once, maybe twice. Yeah, I've had surgery twice, because I took a fall one day in a shower when I was down in Fort Lauderdale, and I had to do some reconstructive surgery on the tendons in my elbow. But then I also had this thing for my snoring. They chopped my head open, it felt like. But anyway, so much for that. But yeah, she's a little antsy, and I get it, So, I guess it's a good time as any to call it a day. So remember, folks, life is short and power is fleeting. Beauty lasts but a short while. All those of us who live long enough will also become weak and very vulnerable at some point. So let us be humble, help the sick, the weak, and the vulnerable. For one day we too will exit this stage, so let us do it with humility, dignity, honor, and the knowledge that through our actions we have left this world a much better place. I'm Don Wiley. Have a great day. Stick around for the 2 video clips. There's 2 funny ones after the closing ad. We're out of here. Thanks, everybody. See you next week.
So my dad left me with his teenage son yesterday, and he took me out to the park.
Oh, really? What's he like? My dad I love to death. His son? Well, that's complicated. As soon as we head outside, the first thing he did was take out his phone and launch Pokemon. Bro, you got stood up by a Pikachu? Yeah, I was like, buddy, what are you doing? I'm not some virtual pet on the screen. I'm right here. So what'd you do? Well, I noticed that when a creature makes a noise in the game, he started rubbing his finger around the screen. Something about throwing a ball to capture them. So I watched carefully. And as soon as he started rubbing the screen, I gave my leash a little nudge.
made him miss every throw.
Bro, every throw?
Every throw.
He got annoyed really quickly. Said I made him waste all his Pokeballs.
Uh-huh.
Guess that'll teach him for making you his third wheel.
Funny you should say that, because that's not where the story ends.
There's more? Oh, boy.
When we get to the park, he goes up to this girl, one of his classmates. He's now making a brave face to her about how he and I are the best of buddies. After he treated you more like a chore he had to do than his buddy?
Yeah. He didn't even remember my name in front of her. Big mistake.
What's his name?
Snubble.
So while he was talking with her, he dropped the leash, and I found a nearby puddle of muddy water.
So I got myself soaked up. And when I came back, he knelt down to pet me. And that's when the water started flying.
Bro, in front of a girl he was trying to impress? Talk about playing dirty.
That's what you get for calling me Snubble.
Oh, hey! Finally cooled off a little bit, huh?
Oh, hey. Hey there, Kim.
Oh my goodness, what are you doing?
Doesn't even feel like these fans are working. Oh gosh, I just took a little walk around the block.
You went on a walk?
Yeah, you know, I just got a little fresh air.
In the middle of the day?
I mean, it just looks so pretty outside from our windows.
Yeah?
And then I get out here and I'm sweating like a sinner in church.
Listen, no one here leaves the house in the middle of the day.
They don't?
And if they do, you're just racing from the car to another air-conditioned source.
What? Oh gosh, Kim, what if you need to go walk your dog?
Yeah, Penn's trying that and it is not going well.
Come on, baby, come on, come on, come on, come on!
Oh gosh, I just wish someone warned us, you know?
You know how where you're from, sometimes it's just too cold to go outside?
Oh, sure.
So take that energy.
Sure.
But just reverse it. In the South, it's too hot to go outside.
Yeah, it's just so muggy.
Do you need some water?
Yeah, no.
Is that a yes or a
no? Yeah.
Which one, yes, no?
I'm fine. This is some heat wave, am I right?
This is just summer in the South.
These last couple days have been scorchers.
This is actually below normal.
My eyelids are sweating.
After a while, you just get used to it.
It's not even cooling off at night.
Yeah, it doesn't do that here.
Last night it was too hot to even start the fire pit.
That's more of a fall thing.
I told the kids, just leave the marshmallows out. They'll melt on their own.
Great technique, been doing that for years.
But tomorrow we're gonna go on a nature hike.
Why?
I mean, just to spend time with...
Well, just watch out for copperheads.
I'm sorry, hun, what?
Oh, they're venomous snakes. There's just like 157 million of them in North Carolina.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Yeah, there's like 15 copperheads for every human here.
Well, we'll just walk on the sidewalk.
Oh, copperheads love sidewalks.
I've never seen one.
I mean, they kind of blend into the ground so you can't even see them.
Come on. You're pulling my leg.
I took this picture of one yesterday.
Are you freaking serious, Kim?
It was like right where you're standing.
Is that a copperhead?
Nah, it's a stick.
Is that one?
No, that's a hose.
What about right here?
No. Actually, that is a copperhead. Welcome to North Carolina.
You know, I think we'll just go to the lake. Lakes are safe.
Awesome. Do you have that brain-eating amoeba up north?
Oh, for crying out loud.
It shows up in the summer when the lake water gets too hot.
That's not a thing.
That is a thing.
Well, I guess we'll just hang inside till we take the kids to Disney next month.
Aw, bless your heart.
Kim, thank you. You blessed my heart.
Actually,
what?
We say it typically when somebody does something questionable.
Such as...
going to Disney in August.
Oh, it's just a fun little trip before school starts.
Okay, just bring ponchos for those afternoon storms.
I mean, I'm sure it won't rain every afternoon.
Yeah, every day around 3 p.m. it gets so hot the sky just opens up and dumps a lot of rain.
Every day?
Yep, soaks everything, but then it's over.
That doesn't sound so bad.
It's fine, but it does get real humid. Feels like a swamp in your underpants.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I'm gonna head back inside and get a snack.
Oh, what are you gonna have?
I just picked up some boiled peanuts.
You boil nuts?
Maybe a tomato and mayo sandwich.
And like turkey and cheese and lettuce, right? Like, where's the rest of your sandwich?
We have some leftover fat back.
Yeah, I do not need to know what that is.
See you later.
Okay, then. I'm gonna go start checking for some copperheads.
Might even be a zebra cobra on the loose. Good luck.
Bye, Kim. Hey, Steve. Google copperheads.
You want a waterbed?
No, Steve.
Bless your heart, Steve.
Oh, gosh, Kim, what if you need to go walk your dog?
Is that right? I don't know if it's right.
I don't know what's happening.
So maybe...
I'm sweating so bad.
Check out our merch. Check out our book. Check out our blog. It's at theholdernessfamily.com.